how can you tell the difference between samskaras and intuition?
Intuition. Samskara is a Sanskrit word originating from samskarana. It means processing. The process referred to here is a processing from dog to God. The processing of man from dog to God. The process is from bottom to top. That is to say, from lower end of animal, which represents unconsciousness, to the higher end of God, representing full consciousness. So when someone refers to samskara, you should understand that it is a state of evolution the mind has reached. Samskara is considered with magnitude in the science of yoga. Upanishads talking about yoga say that there are two reasons for the deviation of mind from the concentration. The deviation from the mind is termed as vikshepa there. So there are two reasons for vikshepa. One is vasana, the trait, and the other is breath. The vasana is synonymous with samskara. It is a trait your mind maintains in its aptitudes and attitudes. The Upanishad further says, it is difficult to control the impact of vasana and samskara. Hence the science of yoga is developed to control the breath, which is the other alternative. Though the vasana or samskara is hard to be in command of, the control of breath is indirectly assisting the mind to do the same. The whole process of yoga is aimed at reaping the exceptional crop of achieving an upper hand over the issue of vasana or samskara. The samskara will take you only to a certain level in the process of life. That is a natural course of growth. But the yoga provides leap to the higher states than the one endowed by samskara. Your question leads to the details of its modus operandi. As you know, the thoughts are the cause of action. The action leads to formulation of karma. The karmic consequences are the reasons for samskara and vasana. As a cycle, vasanas again prompt thought. Vasanas, thought, karma, vasana, thought, karma. This is a vicious circle. So long as the mind listens to the dictates of this samskara, thought can never get out of this cycle at all. So there has to be a different prompting center for formulation of thought, word and deed. Such a center is already there in us by nature. It is called the Mahat Tattva, Supreme Principle. It is behind the Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. I would rather say it is above all the four, Manas, Buddhi, Chitta and Ahankara. But then, why are we not being prompted by that center? It is because of the heavy traffic of data communication between the other four, Manasa, Buddhi, Ahankara and Chitta. Since the route is busy, the messages from the Supreme Center is not received by our mind. This heavy traffic of data is called the Chitta Vritti. As you know, sage Patanjali starts with the sutra Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. So when you calm down the activities of the mind through concentration, contemplation and meditation, dharana, dhyana and samadhi, the Chitta Vritti is held back and you would start to receive the prompting from Mahatattva or the Supreme Principle. This is called intuition. You may ask me now whether one who gets intuition is a person who has attained samadhi. It need not be so. Because until one reaches a permanent state of samadhi, the intuition can come now and then. It may not be a permanent feature at all. So all people with intuitory power need not be the ones who have attained samadhi state, but all samadhistas. It means all those who have attained samadhi have intuitory power by nature. And coming back to samskara, how long can it bother you? So long as you keep moving ahead vigilantly, the samskara can only follow you without affecting you. The moment you stagnate in the path, samskara affects you. I can give you a comparison. A bus is moving in a muddy road. The dust will follow the bus without covering the bus. But the moment bus stops somewhere, the dust will envelop the bus. Just like that, the samskara cannot harm a steady practitioner. When one becomes lazy, the picture is different. When your past does not have any say in your thoughts, intuition develops. When you linger in the past, you are stagnating. So by movement, I indicate the movement from the past to the present. It further means that when you are on the move, your thoughts are prime, original and virgin. Then there can be identified as intuition. This is a way to develop intuition, to distinguish between samskara and intuition.